The Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, my name's Jonathan Smith. Welcome to the Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach. Each week we'll go through the Dead Doctors Don't Lie show and handpick information regarding people's specific health concerns. So listen now as Dr. Wallach gives his expert advice on how to deal with the root cause of illness and disease nutritionally. If you would like further information on the products recommended in the show, they can be found in the description below the video. Enjoy the show.
The Youngevity UK and Europe Show.
I want to talk about dementia today. And, of course, there's at least 8 dementias. There's no rule that says you can't have 2 or 3 or 5 or 8, all of them, okay, at the same time. I always treat for all 8, and that way I have a very, very, very good record of results, good results, okay? First of all, there'll be a guy by the name of Ray McGregor from North Carolina, from Charlotte. And he'd been treated for 3 years with pharmaceuticals because he had a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. At the end of the 3rd year, he goes into a coma. 8 years into the coma, there's not much left in the form of brainwaves, so his sister calls me, weeping, says, "Doc, can you help my brother? You know, they're going to pull the plug on him. He's been in a coma for 8 years, being fed through a G-tube in the nursing home with Alzheimer's disease, and he's about gone." So, okay, well, we need to give him 3 or 4 eggs 3 times a day through the G-tube with soft poached, soft boiled, soft scrambled in butter. I want him to have our protein shake made with cream instead of water, heavy cream, and I want him not these artificial dairy things, real cream. And then I want him to have he weighed a couple 100 pounds, so I want him to have 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs divided up into 3 doses, a third of a dose at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. One of Char's favorites is Synaptive. I had him take Synaptive, 3 of those twice a day. Also had him to de-stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day. The Ultimate Niacin Plus, 1 of those twice a day. Okay. Also the Immortalium for the stem cells to kind of regrow stuff. And let's see, also if they just needed fluid, the Rebound. Okay. She calls me in 3 days and said, "Doc, my brother Ray got up this morning, shaved, got cleaned up, got in his 3-piece suit, went back to work at the bank after 8 years in a coma. Just 3 days on your program." Well, this is one of thousands of people we've had with dementia. Most of the time, doctors will diagnose it as Alzheimer's disease because that's where they get paid the most when you look at the pay scale. Okay? It could be senile dementia, which is an oxidation, kind of like liver spots and age spots of the white matter of the brain. The myelin makes up 75-80% of the brain weight, made out of cholesterol, by the way, 95% by weight cholesterol. Anemia from any cause. We talked about that yesterday, I believe, when it comes to the bone marrow. Anemia, can't get enough oxygen to the brain. And then there's vascular dementia, where you get plaque in the arteries of the brain or the carotid arteries, not getting enough oxygen to the brain and food. And then Alzheimer's disease, which is a simple cholesterol deficiency. Okay. Korsakoff syndrome, which is a vitamin deficiency. It's the same deficiency that caused the death by congestive heart failure of thousands of sailors every year, many, many years ago. Okay? And then there's Wernicke-Korsakoff, which is that vitamin deficiency plus MS mixed in with it. There's vitamin B12 deficiency dementia. There is pellagra, another vitamin deficiency, which used to kill sailors. Okay? And then, let's see here, osteoporosis of the skull, shutting off blood supply and nutrients and all kinds of stuff to the brain, putting pressure, just kind of a universal pressure on the brain itself, just squeezing it. And then narcolepsy, which is a blood sugar problem, reactive hypoglycemia, and also called narcolepsy, not getting enough energy to the brain. And so I want you to get a hold of the books, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the CD, here it comes, A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. You heard me. A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. Then you want to get the book Immortality and the CD Immortality Forever Young, and learn why these third world countries, 19 of the top 20 longevity countries on Earth, are third world cultures. They don't have doctors. They don't have health insurance. They don't have pharmacies. They don't have hospitals, yet they have 40 times 100-year-olds we do. They have 100-year-old per 250 with good brains and memories. We only have 1 per 10,000. You want to get hold of the book, Rare Earths Been Cures, the CDs, Exercise Without Supplementation is Suicide. Well, exercise is good for you. Right. You fall and break a leg, fall and break your back, fall and have all kinds of problems. And, of course, you're sweating out the nutrients. Don't forget that rebound with 100 nutrients in our sports drink. And then dead athletes don't lie. They die from heart attacks because they're exercising and not getting enough of the right nutrients. Get a hair analysis. Teach you in the book, Rare Earths Been Cures, Chapter 11, how to do a hair analysis and how to see whether or not you're absorbing. You got to stay away from all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, brown, or rye. So I say no glutens, I mean no wheat, no barley, no rye, no oats. Everybody in the household has got to be obsessive. Spouse, partner, roommate. We're talking about mother-in-law, kids, brothers and sisters, dog and cat. Every vertebrate, every living thing, even birds in the house have to be gluten-free. And otherwise you're going to get cross-contaminated in the food preparation surfaces, the eating table, the couches, the washer and dryer, the beds. And there's no cheat day per month. There's no one cheat meal per week. Okay, you got to be obsessive here. If they don't make their gluten-free pizza in a separate oven in the restaurant, get up and leave. If they don't have a separate grill for gluten-free foods in a restaurant, their gluten-free menu is useless. So you've got to be really, really, really ahead of the game here if you want to avoid and repair dementia.
The Youngevity UK and Europe Show with Dr. Wallach.
Thanks for listening to this week's show. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and for more info on the products mentioned in this week's show, check out the links in the description.